All right, I'm Nitish Cannon. I'm the tech dimwit, and I'm with
Oren Jacob from ToyTalk.
ToyTalk, and we had a great, saw the great talk that you gave on stage, and you want to tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing. And I know you're in stealth mode right now,
Right.
and so.
Well, the talk is mostly about design and storytelling,
Right,
how that relates to technology, in particular now to mobile app development as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the themes of the conference today, so they asked us to do a 10-minute intro, and we thought we'd wake the crowd up a little bit in the morning.
Right. And so, I'm a big fan of Pixar and stuff, and I have a lot of friends that and so how does Pixar, your background in that, play into what you're doing now? How does that relate?
Well, I think probably one of the most important things is that Pixar is a company that always combined technology and storytelling together. To do that, the technology startup is a challenging bit. Most companies try to focus on, and need to, only on one thing, because you're a small team, only with usually a very short amount of time to stay together as a team. To pull off a company that involves both of those things is a place that I've worked at for a long time, and so we're trying to do that here, not in film, but in a very different area. And hopefully a lot of the lessons that I got from being there as long as I have, and learning from the folks who are still at the studio, applied to what we're doing in ToyTalk as well too.
And so, what do you think really the future is in terms of for what you're doing?
When it comes to entertainment and mobile apps?
Entertainment, mobile apps, right.
Well, I think that GigaOm's done a pretty good job at putting together a conference today that samples some of the best stuff of the past year or two of what's out there. Instagram's talking right now with Kevin on stage right now. Pinterest has been nested up later on in the day as well too. There are a bunch of other examples as well. I think that what's relatively recent in the past several years is that first online and now via mobile entertainment and applications, things have gone beyond just a barely functional level and have really progressed to a place of emotional content in user-generated content, like Instagram is an example, or in physical design, like Nest is an example. To have that level of polish and execution and what you can deliver via mobile app is relatively new and pretty exciting, and that's why we chose to start a company in that space as well. A lot can be done now that it couldn't be done a few years ago. Yeah.
And on a side note, I'm actually thinking about doing this application that we're developing as well in stealth mode, and we're doing a 60-second video sharing. And do you have any advice for somebody that wants to develop an application or do video? How important is telling a story and making it very creative? I know it's very important
for you as the person designing the app, or for
just in general, just for the user to experience it, or somebody that's a content creator that's creating new content right now.
I think that's really the only thing that matters. If you're just off shooting, you're waiting at a bus stop, nobody gives a crap about that.
Right.
I think that one of the doing that in video though is very different than doing that in still photography, and I think to Instagram's credit, choosing still photography was easier for the average consumer user audience member to be able to execute a thing that was a beautiful photograph, which then got filtered and shared in lots of ways. Doing that in video is much more difficult. I think that you see in the social cam and Vidi, and others, I think it's PTCH. A few startups have come out in the space in the past year or so that have made some progress in that area, but the notion of editing, linear editing, on a mobile device as well too, there's just more to be done there. And usually the experience in mobile is much more compact in time. Take a picture, choose a filter, comment it, and share. The amount of time it takes to execute story in linear film and linear video is much more difficult. There's more technology involved in that. I think that's a big, complex design challenge for someone like you. I wish you luck with that, in pulling that off, because to give that to the average user in a way they can command it and be in control of it is much more difficult than film.
Right. And I was talking to a friend the other day, and he was talking about, he thinks really the future is animation's going to become so easy that anybody's going to be able to do it. So eventually somebody's going to disrupt that industry. And so do you think that's possible, somebody can create a short Pixar kind of film very easily? Is there do you think there's going to be something that's easy, just copy paste kind of stuff that you can really animate easily? Do you think that's going to be disrupted in any way?
I'm not sure I put it that way. What I guess I would comment is that I bet you it's true that it is becoming way easier to generate computer animation at seconds and minutes of time frame. In the end, what will happen is a bunch more stuff nobody cares about will be created.
Right.
Kind of like YouTube.
We see that on YouTube right now.
And then a couple things that are great will show up.
Right.
So for that particular teenager who has that great idea, that's the next level of junior jumping lamp. That one individual will probably be able to pull off the thing it took us 25 people to do for a year. They'll be able to do in the bedroom in a week. Those pieces will stand out. And that'd be cool to see. I think there'd be a lot of cool little ideas and be expressed that way, like the good stuff on YouTube. But to get the good stuff on YouTube, you got to get all the rest of the stuff too, which what makes YouTube the joyous place that it is. Seeing that happen in animation would be great as well. Whether it's on mobile devices, I don't know. That's still pretty far away to actually command that kind of technology on a handheld device. But certainly on a desktop machine, yeah, probably.
So you think like 5, 10 years from that, what do you think is going to win? Is it going to be the long movie, or is it going to be a lot of people making short films like YouTube right now? Quick sharings, everybody becoming like, gotta get like a 60-second video out, 1 minute video,
What's going to win?
I guess they're both going to win, but I mean, like, what do you think is going to be more prevalent? Like, you see more user-generated
I was going to go that place. I think that YouTube did not make television go away. This was another thing that could also happen as well, too. So I think that, like that, probably, many other forms of media will also be able to be expressed, some hopefully at scale, and so the other YouTubes to get built, which is great. I don't think the film as an industry will go away. It may change its box office percentage number some amount, but we're not going to stop making movies. But they still like books too. So,
and Pixar is breaking box office records every year,
To this year as well too. That's right.
Right. So, all right. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much.